Hey, how's it going, coaches? Good morning, good afternoon, good evening, whatever it's on your end. I just want to say hi. How are you? So today's sessions, we're gonna talk about this. Continue. We're gonna continue with the minimalist sessions, and this is very important for me because I want to share this with you guys. Something which it's been part of my being in the for the last, I don't know, maybe like 5, 4, 3 years. So recently, I got an inner conversation with myself. And then suddenly I just realized that I need to do something for help myself. I know there is a lot of people out there who is actually helping, others, professionals on psychologists and I don't know, educators, people who is actually helping in the for health mental health, and it, which is actually good if you take advantage for that. And many actually people is doing this for free. If you take advantage getting that recommendations, advices, how to release your stress, how to stop doing something that you're not supposed to do. Many people is just trapped into the drugs, violence, and anger, many things that is actually affecting productivity, affecting directly to the family, the wife, family members, kids at home. They're being affected for parents who actually they don't know how to handle those specific situations, right? And I was one of those persons. I was really affected for many, many things. And then I realized that I need help. And the first thing I thought at that moment is, hey, Joshua, you need to do something. I know you are a pretty quiet person. Probably you're gonna say that you don't have time to go to, I don't know, the specialists. Yeah, I know. I don't know, probably like a center where you can receive assistance. So I know this guy, right? I know Joshua. I know how he actually thinks. So I propose this situation, right, to find an answer on that. Joshua, why don't you move on and and get some? You specialize. Become your own coach. If you're not willing to receive assistance from others, but you need to do something, why don't you move on to become your own coaching? All you need to do is just to be aware that you need assistance, you need help, but you don't want to receive that help from others. But anyways, you need to do something for yourself. And then I just move into that field. taking tutorials, courses, just dive into the specialist books, magazines, all that stuff, right? And then I did it. And I had that option, right? The opportunity to become my own coach, to help myself. And I'm not gonna say like surviving, but changing the way I was driving my life to a new way of living without let's say alcohol, drugs, many things, bad decisions. So, anyways, what I'm gonna say today is many people have those feelings. Many people. I mean, around the world. I mean, you tell me, right? America, Asia, Europe, Africa. I mean, it doesn't matter the race, but somehow something is happening in the planet scale that is affecting the human behaviors directly. I have my own theories, right? For example, I can mention like the radio waves on the earth, they're affecting directly the brain, the human brain, but not just the human, but actually just the animals' behaviors are being affected for those radiations. Plus, mentioning these new technologies, 3G, 5, 6G now. I'm talking about the internet. So many infrastructures, around on the cities, on towns, where they didn't get any like towers before. Now we got those technologies to communicate between a city and other, right? Not using like wires, but now it's wireless. But it needs to amplify the signals. Big corporation, they're doing that, right? For some reason, I don't know, just to make it faster or easier or reliable, I don't know. But those wave radiations are affecting our health, definitely. Plus, also mentioning the food, the water, the environment itself, pollutions on the earth. But you know what? We need to do something. It's not enough just to know what is causing the issues, but we need to do something to fight back. I'm not talking about destroying the technology, right? So not just to learn how to live with that technology affecting our behaviors and our brains, but it's the most important, I believe, and this is my theory, is how to help ourselves. Because if you see what's going on the news, television, radio, newspaper, social media, they're not providing any answers for that. It seems like actually they're doing this intentionally to affect and increase the risk of death, increasing the risk for disease. And now we have many people with not just disease on the body, but also in the brain, behaviors. many people is just like, for some reason, they acting like crazy, doing nonsense behaviors. And as a result of this, we have a society, let's say, community, driving to the death direction. And nobody is talking about this because, I don't know. I mean, the specialists, health specialists, like in the medicine, they say is because we're not taking care about ourselves for some reason, right? Hey, if you're gonna snack, that snack is affecting your health, and it's your responsibility as a human being to take care of yourself. But you know what? It's like we are ignoring, or more than ignoring, we are like hiding who is really the entity, because he's not a person. Let's say like the entity responsible for all these things are happening, not just here in Emiliano Zapata, right, where the place where I live, but I mean this is happening all around the world, and I worry about that situation because I got kids, you know. So what will be the future? I mean, if this is happening to me, and so what's going to happen the next 10, 15, 20 years? So become your own coach. In my opinion, it could be, if not, I mean, the whole answer for all those things, but it would be part of the relief. I don't know. You can let me know, what do you think? You can leave the comments. As I mentioned before, I really worry because in the same way I did it for myself, now I'm thinking to do this to help others. Probably you're going to be the person who I can help, right? So being now is being conscious. So for what's going on out there, that would be the first step to change our mind, the way that we're thinking, how we're going to handle our life. That's going to be the point to determine what's going to happen in our life for the next 5, 10, 15 years. And that's part of the answer. I'm still looking for those signals, you know. But you can help me probably. I mean, if you are under the same situation, if you believe like, hey, Joshua, I know what you're talking about, and I want to contribute with these acknowledgments. I want to join to your, I don't know, your channel, your movement. I mean, I can contribute as well. I mean, you're welcome, of course. Pretty good, you know. So now 2026, many things are happening around the world. You know, you mentioned like, you name it, earthquakes, where nothing happens before, now something is happening. And I mean, scientists, the people who study those situations, let's say like natural, right? Situations now, I don't know if they ignore or they trying to hide the reality, but something is happening, and something big is going to be, I don't know, let's say discovered, revealed, let's say, right? And now I'm talking about this for in the worldwide, right? Not just locally, not just here in Mexico or North America or Europe, you know, different continents, but something is going to be revealed in the whole world. and now we have to be prepared for that. Meteors from the outer space, coming to the Earth. And I don't know. So what is that? I mean, many things are supposed to be natural. Scientists, they don't know what's going on. So this is the part where I want to say, hey, nobody out there is going to bring information to you, right? So we need to take care of this for ourselves. So become our own coachings. That will be part of the answer, right? Making your own resources. I mean, you can use books. I mean, now many people is just taking the Asian books because most of those books, they have many answers for now questions that we have nowadays. I mean, you need to filter what is your income coming to your knowledge, which is coming from the network, social media, YouTube, Facebook. There are many fakes. You know what I mean, right? But we need to going beyond this, and I believe we need to, I don't know, like step back and consider such a things like follow your heart. It's not what the science said, the scientist, but what your heart is trying to communicate to yourself. Spirituality, if you want to name it like that, right? You want to call like spirituality connected to the whole universe with God. I believe we can make some changes. So that's my reflection for today. And I hope we can do something, of course. And if you feel sad, that this is important. If you feel sad, or anger, or like feelings that you're not supposed to have for some reasons, just because we need to watch that, right? Because angry people, can be like dangerous people out there, right? So people who is not being assisted with those feelings can be very, very dangerous. Oh, and we need to be aware. Not just because of them, it's because people who is actually taking care of ourselves and trying to be in a good mood, in a good conditions, health conditions, like trying to support our family, friends, but we can be affected for others, like people, like I want to say like zombies, because they're under effects of the drugs, the alcohol, they just angry towards the parents, wife, spouse, society, I don't know, like authorities, right? So we need to watch out. When you walk, just don't walk, watching your smartphone, but just, raise your head and try to be aware of what's going on out there around you, right? That's my recommendation for today. Well, thank you so much for joining this session. I hope to see you next time, and you can enjoy this by YouTube, only YouTube, no any other social media. But well, all I can say now is just let's try to be happy, right? In the middle of the chaos. All right. So this is Joshua. Hey, you guys have a nice and wonderful day. Thank you. Goodbye.